Day 31, the offering. Three words summarize what we learned about the offering to merciful love: console, the catch, and purgatory. Console. The essence of the offering to merciful love is to console the heart of Jesus by accepting all the merciful love that other souls don't want. It's to see that Jesus' heart aches because he wants to pour out his merciful love to sinners, but so many just don't want to receive it. It's to let him pour out that rejected love into our own sinful but contrite hearts. In sum, through the offering, we console Jesus by letting him love us. And this consoling love can make us into saints, even great saints. After all, what is holiness but the merciful love of God poured into our hearts? And while Therese begins her offering to merciful love by expressing her desire to become a saint, she wants to become one specifically to console the heart of Jesus, who longs to make us holy through his merciful love. Yes, Jesus wants us to receive the grace that makes us holy, and when we do, it consoles him, as he told Saint Faustina, "I desire to bestow my graces upon souls, but they do not want to accept them. You, at least, come to me as often as possible and take these graces they do not want to accept. In this way you will console my heart." The catch. All right, but if we offer ourselves to merciful love, what's the catch? I mean, if we receive all the rejected mercy that other souls don't want, what is that going to cost us? What's going to happen to us? Of course, there's a big catch when it comes to the offering to divine justice: lots of suffering. So, what's the catch when we offer ourselves to merciful love? Well, there is indeed a catch, but it's not a scary one. The catch is that we accept to allow God's merciful love to gradually heal our hardened hearts, till they become more sensitive, compassionate, and loving. The catch is that our hearts will begin to become more as they should be, deeply moved by the suffering of others. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be moved by the suffering of the heart of Jesus. It's a beautiful thing to be moved by the suffering of our neighbor. It's a beautiful thing to weep with those who weep and to comfort those who are in any affliction with the same consolation we have received in Christ. Now, while it's beautiful to have a compassionate heart, it does hurt. After all, the very definition of compassion is to suffer with. But this kind of suffering is not so scary. Why not? Because such suffering, by its very nature, is other directed. And when our focus is not on ourselves when we're suffering, while it certainly still hurts, we often don't even notice our own pain. We're too focused on the beloved who suffers. In sum, then, here's the catch. It's to accept to have a heart that's more loving, compassionate, and merciful. And while having such a heart does cause us more pain, it's bittersweet pain, the pain of compassion. Also, keep in mind that the alternative is terrible: a cold, hard, and distant heart that resists suffering with others, that resists being part of the Christian life of love. Purgatory. Here's one other catch that comes with making the offering to merciful love: it gradually increases our longing for God. Now, according to Saint Faustina, such longing is the great suffering of purgatory. But here, in this life, such longing is not as bad. In fact, it's a beautiful longing of love, a longing that purifies us at every moment and deepens our life of prayer. It's a longing that prepares us for the martyrdom of love. The martyrdom of love is the sweet martyrdom through which little souls can hope that God will come for us at the very end of our lives and manifest his love for us in such a way that it will cause us to die of love. In other words, seeing the overwhelming beauty of God's love, our souls will be so attracted to him that they won't be able to resist jumping into the embrace of his merciful love. Moreover, such a martyrdom is very sweet and purifies the soul completely, leaving no trace of sin or punishment, which means it will not have to pass through the fire of purgatory. According to Saint Therese, such a remarkable gift of sanctity is relatively easy to obtain, even for very imperfect souls. Simply recall the case of Sister Marie of the Trinity, one of Saint Therese's novices who feared purgatory and wondered if someone as weak as she could hope to avoid it. After she asked if it were possible, even for someone like her, to go straight to heaven after death, Therese replied, "Yes, God is so good. He will know how he can come and get you." But despite this, try to be faithful so that he does not have to wait in vain for your love. Today's prayer. Spend the day pondering the offering to merciful love as it is summarized in these 3 words: console, the catch, and purgatory.